Hi, I'm Brian Carter, and I want to talk to you today about pentatonic scales. Pentatonic scales have a wide variety of uses. I've used them often in blues, jazz, country, rock, metal. Very versatile scale. It has 5 separate patterns that actually interlock together to fill the entire fretboard. Not uncommon of a lot of other scales. However, it's one of the few scales that can be both major and minor just by shifting which pattern you started on in the root. We're going to go through and break down these patterns one at a time and take a look at them, and as well as learning the scale, we'll show you how to make the scale musical. To me, learning a technique and a scale is a beautiful thing, but until you can make it musical, is it really useful to you? You may want to periodically hit the pause button in this video from time to time to be able to take the time to work through some of the scales I'm going to show you on here when I flash the sheet music on the screen for you. So, I hope you learn a lot through this journey of pentatonic scales, and I hope this is going to be useful for you. Alright, let's begin. To get started, first thing I'd like to tell you about the minor pentatonic scale, pattern 1, is that it only consists of 2 notes per string. This makes it a fairly easy scale to pull off right off the bat. Being we're using 2 notes per string, I also want to tell you that we're only using 4 frets to do this scale. I like to suggest a principle known as positioning, which we're going to play the scale in G, which is going to put our first finger at the 3rd fret. Noticing that I have 4 fingers, 4 frets to use, I'm not going to move out of this position when I move laterally through here. Simply putting my fingers down where it calls for it. Fingering position can make you a lot faster by building up weaker points in your fingers in these scales, and I like to think of it as think smart, not hard. Just keep it simple. I like to use alternate picking when I play these pieces, these scales, with the down and up, being we have 2 notes per string on this. It makes it really easy to just get a down, up, go right to the next string, down, up, and so on. And make sure you're picking even. If you're not very good at playing fast, that's okay. Your speed will come in time. Nothing's worse than somebody tries to rehearse fast because they wind up being sloppy in the end. If you rehearse articulate and slow, when the speed comes, you're always going to be articulate, and it's very important to be articulate, so every note of your scale is heard, not jumbled. Some other techniques I like to use to take this from a scale to a riff are bends, hammers, and pulls. They're widely used in minor pentatonics, and it gives you a really speedy sound after a while of getting used to them. As well as knowing the scale forward, you should know it backwards, of course. Never stop and hit the top note twice. I just come right back down naturally to give it that nice up and down even flow. Alright, taking it from the scale to the riff. Lots of different techniques you can do to apply to a scale to make it musical. Hammer-ons and pull-offs are very important. Hammer-on simply hammering a finger onto a string, whether you do it from an open position or a figured position. Pull-off, which is just the reverse of that. Actually pulling off to a fretted note or a non-fretted note, whichever you prefer. Hammer on. It's a nice exercise too to strengthen up that 3rd and 4th finger, especially with the pull-offs coming down. So, one technique we could use is to hammer on the way up, pull off on the way down. I also like to use a lot of bending and vibrato, along with the hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hitting more than one note at a time in the scale. Gives it a really rhythmic feel. Along with sliding. Gives a nice technique. Palm mute is another great way to really express the note. Even clearly. Staccatoed. Meaning short and quick. So all of these different techniques, putting the notes in different orders, will help you create nice different melodies as long as you keep it within what you're used to doing. Remember, don't rush yourself when you're trying to learn these techniques. Take your time with them, and they will pay off for you very well in the end. This is going to conclude pattern 1 in our series, and you guys have a great day.